MIBR to build a
Yo.
Match found.
Oh, we still got the overlay. Oops. There we go.
They have no idea how heartless I am.
All right, let's get on to our standard lo-fi. How's everybody doing? I've got LCQ up. It starts at 1. Yeah, it starts at 1300 Wuhujian time. Do not feel it. They have the prime 4 months. Appreciate you. What are we playing, Huge? Are you like tuned in on the car radio or something? Playing TDM. If I can ever load in. For it.
Let the killing begin.
Whoa, that wall. Bro, what? Bro, this harbor wall is actually grief. Holy.
Reloading.
Oh my god, these guys can cook.
Ultimate orb spawning.
Bro, the moment I started scaling, this dude peaks and I die.
Rich kid.
It's like you have to be passive. Bro. What the? Let me play!
No, you don't.
Reloading.
Stage 2.
Reloading.
Da-da. I suck.
Opponents killed.
I suck.
Enemy. Cutting their vision. Full range. Breach killed. Still inside.
Oh. Oh my god. I'm crying, dude.
Engineers down.
Oh, that is not well off.
Reloading.
Whoa.
Hi! I'm pissed! Finished.
Oh my god.
Results.
Ultimate orb spawning. Phoenix is on a rampage.
Ah.
Adios.
10 seconds until stage change. Final
Results.
stage.
For death.
Ah.
Rain is down. Blocking fire.
Still inside. Never saw.
Stay down. Triple baby. Flooding them.
Resource.
Oh, I suck.
Cutting their vision.
Target down.
Ultimate orb spawning.
What? Am I trash? I think I'm trash at that angle.
Done. My ult ready.
I'm actually garbage.
Still inside.
No chance. Deploying drone.
The hunt begins.
Bro.
Come on, let's go. Not today.
Breach killed. You should run. Still inside.
15 kills to go.
Oh Oh, I'm actually terrible, dude.
You disappoint me. Not ready yet. Three seconds.
Off your feet!
Cutting the vision.
Oh, right past it.
Watch your eyes!
Three souls.
Is he self-healed?
Sorry, bro.
Let's go! TDM diff. Ooh, do we have any mods in the stream? Want to run Preds?
Match found.
Zendy, Wendy, thank you. Should we whip out the tech? It feels almost too passive to whip out the Viper tech as the strongest player on the team. Like, most likely. I think it's actually an int. If I whip out the tech. I protect that your viewer used to ruin one of Odie's TD games. There's no proof as far as I know that that's one of my viewers. It's just a random guy who's one-upping my viewers. Okay, left side is you this game.
Let's begin.
Grenade.
Oh, I suck.
Marked one.
Party's over.
Ultimate orb spawning.
Reloading.
10 seconds until stage change. Stage 2.
Stinger? Cringe. Only gentlemen play sheriff.
I'll find you. Reloading. Crash. Stealing sight.
Charge your ults.
Yeah, this camera's dangerous.
Target down.
Satchel out. Reloading. Reloading.
Stage in 10.
Dude.
Stage 3.
Nailed him. Bring them down. Grenade!
Ah. This guy's got timings, dude. Poppy Kid 101 as my number.
Mia. Satchel out. Stealing sight. My ult. Reload. Four.
You want to play?
Ooh.
Let's play.
Final stage.
Oh, what?
Reloading.
Satisfying.
Dude, she just pushed through that thing. She's crazy.
One down. My ult's ready. What's this? I'll find you. One, two. Get out of my way.
Ultimate orb spawning.
What? I thought we had control of that lane. I'm not gonna lie.
Listen up. Cutting their vision. Never some. Where are you?
Oh, the whole squad.
Cutting their vision.
15 kills remaining.
Night night.
Oh, dude, this is tough. I'm +8. Our fate is also cooking.
5 kills left.
This is not enough.
Yikes. Stealing sight. Reload.
Ah,
Blocking sight.
We're not in yet. Not in yet. You guys got favorites for the match? I don't really. That was my bad. I could have cooked harder, you know? Oh, I should not be queuing TDM at this point because TDM I might have to leave. Game might start.
Match found.
Wait, yeah, there's did we run the bet in the right spot? Yeah, you guys don't care. What the heck? I'll bet 8,000 on KRU. Are you NA viewers only fans of North American teams in particular?
Death match. Warm up. Dominating.
Ba-da-ba-da. Where's this guy?
Attack when they're suppressed. I cut their options, they make mistakes.
Fight.
With the dream mask, bind Lotus Ascent. Ooh, bad spawn.
Bad guy down. Tango down. Kill confirmed. 4 kills.
Dominating.
Target dead.
Tough.
Hostile KIA.
Oh.
Target 86.
Ew.
Cancelled.
What a bad fight. This spot's really tough. Ooh.
To this game, I'm excited to see what we have in store. The analyst desk continued to talk about how much
Yes.
time the
Fuck.
teams have had, but how they use that time as well, whether they were kind of just grinding, practicing, or finding that new identity.
Exactly. And looking at this game, starting off on by no changes coming
They
out
moved
from
my
Crew
banana.
the last time we saw them play on this map. So what do you fine-tune? What have you refined now as they start off on the defense? It might be our first time coming out with this composition and first time coming out swinging as they take control of U-Haul. And it's an open site, passive play for Davies in A.
Yeah, nothing
We're gonna close
stops
the prediction.
this first round strat unless all 5 crew members are there. So you see MIBR, pistol round set in stone. They wanted to get to U-Haul, now full control of A. But how silent it is makes it a little creepy here. They don't like that.
Damn, look at that showers control from Crew.
The TP vans.
First blood drawn by Melzer, but Jay-Z.
I actually want to screenshot that and send it to Box because I was literally explaining this to him.
Nags it on an island by himself. Dodges the pain shells and JZZ gets the kill no matter what. B site open, plant coming down for MIBR.
Dumping util into the site, a headshot coming
what
down
an aid.
right away. 4v3.
Pain shells coming down. Does a little bit of damage here. But the pulse plan is still successful
Sente
for
with 4
MIBR,
months.
setting up towards the back of the site. Crew, 3 players moving forward on long B. Looking for some contacts.
You
but
enjoyed
it's
the
just
stream,
sprays.
Zaki?
Trying to flush out their opponents. MIBR passively. Flash comes
Oh.
in. Second one. RGL is
If
fully
he even
blinded.
clicked.
There is support
It's
from
working.
Marines. 2 versus 2 now. The right kick classics don't work. And it's JZZ now on a 2 versus 1. Needs a clutch to start things off.
Great round, Crew.
For one.
Okay, 1 sec. Sorry, chat.
To get out
But,
of this all, now full
This is exactly a concept I was explaining to Box. So, get my screenshot.
MIBR, you see a variation of what is usually a raise blast packing over truck to spawn and pushing spawn. The full team of MIBR works up there with raise, then they back up to go towards the B site. So nice little misdirection there of a hard A hit to a B fake, but Crew reads it really well, and they come up with that pistol round. See what they can keep going here as they get into round number 2. MIBR plays a little bit towards B this time, and that wall that MIBR has set up could allow a lurk towards showers if we see Chosen use it correctly. See how they play this attack. Real slow right now to start things off. I'm just waiting to see if Crew will have any forward aggression with their utility.
Okay.
That MIBR could get the better of once they do finally take that site.
Now we focus on the game.
Touch and go. Nags gets seen there in U-Haul. It looks like MIBR will finalize their movement towards B.
You see the responsibility from FRZ. Very similar to watch the showers push. Already been smoked out by Crew to pick up an orb. Working the ultimates in the later rounds. As we flash out for info, it confirms now the rotation of Kesnit from A to B. A minute left on the clock though.
Pretty sure this is
MIBR
pre-deadlock.
still
I'm not
wants to
sure.
inch very slowly and carefully.
Is deadlock gonna be enabled for
Watching some noise here with
champions?
the
I would
Trailblazers
think
out on the
yes.
short. That was coming out here from Moritz.
Exactly. Misdirection towards the A side to hopefully get Crew to lean. Good dodge by Davies. Back in for the team. Played so well in the last 2 games of the regular season here. Looking to defend the B site.
A great camera set up now by Davies.
He's still considered too
Tagging some
recent.
players, but it's
Interesting.
still FRZ that gets the first blood in this round.
Okay, so yes for
Get it right
champions, not
back
for
to 4
LCQ.
versus 4.
I'd like official confirmation for that and not just
looking to
placid
punish as
flunky's
soon
message.
As these smokes come down, Davies under heavy fire, but does have support from Kesnit. More players to fall down from MIBR, and there's still only 15 seconds left now. Spike Vine falls down. A great hold in the end.
Good round from
As you
Crew.
work as a group now for MIBR, you still can come in for a plant.
Great comms. Everybody stayed in the back there, avoiding a lot of that initial MIBR utility. I think Davies being able to go back and forth underneath gave everybody
Let's order
else
some
the
lunch, chat.
information to help him and get the kills.
Watch
that
party
he needed.
time. Business
So another
expense
B
time.
hit coming in here. MIBR shows a little favoritism towards B after quite a few fakes towards A. They've tried to commit that now, conditioning a fake towards A, hit towards B.
LCQ's pre-deadlock.
See
Thank
if
you.
it bothers Crew as we get into our bonus round here. Because MIBR is going to be coming up with weapons. 2 away from that JZZ ultimate. And they don't have showers control just yet. More of the same strategy to default now for MIBR.
That has done some damage actually onto Melzer. Tap in on the spike. That's FRZ still fighting for it, but now finally Kesnit. Already a showstopper in round number 3. Meanwhile, we have gone some info
Honestly,
in the early rounds.
KRU might be able to
For
cook
the
a bit
early
with this.
sections of the round with the flash coming out towards long, identifying MIBR
MIBR's
slowly
kinda
working the map once again on a default.
Taking the bait that it was an A stack.
That's creeping
Ooh,
up
no,
a bit
they're smart.
for
Never mind,
audio
they're falling back.
cues and pressure.
There's like no info
Seems
exchange.
confident to get the first peaks out, right? This is the last chance for these teams. It's what I call the last chance qualifier. So every frag has so much impact. And you can see how timid everybody is to get that first peak without utility. Here, dry movement from Chosen.
There's a battle of utility between both Vipers.
So this was already the case on Bind, but one of the reasons why we're going to be seeing Viper paired with Brim more often now than Harbor and Astra is the poison changes. So her poison used to be in sync with self-recharging abilities because they were both divisible by 20. So it would be a 20-second cooldown, while like Harbor Wall would be a 40-second cooldown. And so you could alternate the two very cleanly. You could Viper Wall up. Sorry, Harbor Wall up, Viper Wall up. Harbor Cascade, Viper Wall back up, and then Harbor Wall's back up in time. What? Replay, please. Did you ever make training max mandatory? Yes, it's going to become mandatory in the near future. It's too often I notice that like you guys are just ignoring your max training. This is an insane shot. 3 bullets there, and then he gets lucky right click. Dude. There's too many of you guys below Immortal who like neglect your mechanics, and it's just annoying when that is the determining factor in your VOD.
Very big round. MIBR now to Sheriffs.
What a heroic play there by Klaus, doing that all by himself towards the A site.
And that was, they got first blooded too. That was a 4v5 conversion for KRU.
Like hell, the person who won tier 3 1-on-1 today has 38 hours of ranked this act and 1 hour of deathmatch. Like, if you guys were there for that, you remember we put her in 1 DM, fixed her focus on her gunfights a bit, and then put her back in comp, and she cooked and won like 13-5 on Reyna. It's like too repetitive, the solution, for my liking.
KRU known to show well against the Brazilian teams. Here they start off on fire.
Ooh.
Not even the teleport's going to help FRZ there.
Yeah, like the ultimate scenario would be every VOD review is macro. Like you come with prep for your agent, and you come with mechanics that are slightly above bar for the rank you're in. Because if you come with both of those things, then we can actually talk about things that a coach is really useful for. It's like identifying patterns in the enemy playstyle, ways that you can adapt to that, map macro, like high-level concepts that there aren't just guides for online. We make sure people are turning max. The same way we make sure you're calming in the pre-round. You're going to have to record them probably. Slap them on a Google Sheet or some shit.
He's just waiting for the explosion after the throw. It's that moment. It's just the success. 4 rounds in a row now for KRU. Back to weapons for MIBR.
Hours and name labs? No, because hours don't mean anything. I need to know consistent weeks of practice, not hours. You could have 5,000 hours in aim labs and be worse than me at aiming.
They let MIBR creep up, and then
In fact, I know of many people who are who are like that actually. Hours does not mean good.
Breaking now the Trailblazer being set out by the attack, and MIBR finally moving a little bit quicker than other rounds, but it's Klaus answering first once again. Second kill.
Oh my god, KRU is cooking on defense here, dude. MIBR cannot find anything.
Outside of hookah or towards long B. Already 2 players stand.
VODs now, I gotta check playlist VODs. Nah, they'll just like take a cursory glance, make sure you've got VODs, and then like if you faked them and I spot that on stream, we'll just permaban you. It's like, what do you mean?
Ran around by someone, still picking up the double there at elbow. And the first kill through the smoke as well. MIBR is just being chipped
No,
away.
Marquette, it's not as simple as just having the game booted up. We're gonna want to see you actually playing like the playlist.
Punishment from KRU here. And MIBR, they come in
Because
with
you could just have aim labs open, you know? Like,
there's an idea that they want to get into motion. Nothing going so
also,
far.
some people will go play an hour of grid shot, and that's not an acceptable
these hits
practice
on this
regimen.
Oh yeah. And the layers around it and how they want to
Oh dear.
anchor
Last player standing.
gets cleared by
Spike
Klaus.
down B.
Chosen falls, but yeah, like
Tens does it? No, he does it to warm up.
screen that comes up here on the defense.
I could not care less if you play grid shot to warm up.
You have the trap
That's fine.
set out by Davies.
KRU is cooking.
Just really can't get into.
If you don't know the difference between warm up and practice and you can't figure it out,
A few of the Cypher
you
traps,
got a
Davies
problem.
making it incredibly hard, and Klaus's extra utility to come in after that. And on the A side, I don't think KRU is being affected as much as MIBR wants them to be affected by the Viper Wall. There's not much that they're able to get pushed or pressured with that Viper Wall going up and
but people
down.
fake their progress. A lot of people, just for whatever reason,
In the back,
want to get their VOD reviewed and
Chosen's not really
don't want to
the
practice their
information I
mechs.
think that MIBR is looking for
But
in these lurks, in
it's not
this
going to be
early
optional
strategy
in the near
that
term.
MIBR keeps playing.
Yeah.
Spike down this round, so you know this one's taking a little longer with Sheriffs Abound and Marie's with that Guardian here. Looks like they'll flex beats.
You tell us how to properly warm up. Everyone's different. All that matters is you're feeling good, Tom. Some people literally just won't warm up. They'll just click Q, and that's fine. If you're feeling good, you're good to go. You could do anything to warm up. You could play TDM. You could hickin' splash water on your face and do 3 push-ups. Whatever has you feeling good.
So he's trying to catch one.
3 hours of grid shot ultimate, if that somehow has you feeling good.
Trailblazer to push him back.
MIBR is hitting
The most common would be like a death match.
That's the thing.
Two players of KRU are being able to lean
But
back
honestly,
and forth.
I don't really care what you do to warm up.
Kesnet were just going buddy system back and forth. Now they split to a default,
Yeah.
which still defends whatever they need to. Another B hit, however, coming from MIBR here on this low buy.
Investing the Seekers to open up the site. Hopefully they can get a pick here.
So fun fact, Morcant, splashing water on your face is my it's my flow state trigger. Like when I'm getting super sweaty, I will splash water on my face.
Gets wall bang by Davies as he gets caught by another trip. Nothing they could do.
Spike
18
down
seconds
B.
left. As FRZ pretty much here with this duel de force.
Last player
Hoping to
standing.
pad some stats, but it's not gonna work. He gets canceled right away
10
by
seconds
Melzer.
left.
Now you gotta dive.
Yeah, I like swimming, Morcant.
Once again, another one through smokes.
Oh my god.
KRU is looking good today.
MIBR, they're like testing themselves. You're going in.
Yo, we're gonna have a game on our hands, right?
Of both Davies and Klaus.
Like I want KRU to win, but I don't want KRU to win, you know, like
It's a save round. And looking at what Klaus used to play, super regular and shooting through smokes, looking for that identification as an old Sova player. Being behind smokes and taking out your target due to a ping is in his nature. So being able to get those frags from elbow is just another.
Dude, I'm
way
sad. My lav mic doesn't arrive till Thursday.
right now, and he is
I like moved my desk around in my living room, so for me to actually sit on my couch and watch party, I need my proper lav mic.
B has to be figured out if they're going to keep hitting it.
So until Thursday, I'm
The map
chair
is so
watch
clear
partying.
looking at how MIBR is currently hitting these sites.
Just
There's
fine.
like, yes, 10 to 30 seconds, maybe even less sometimes. And you look at what you have left for KRU in those moments. Pain shells are still available. They still have a brimming molly. Snake bites are still available from Nags. So they have post-plant delays or plant delays, not allowing MIBR to even plant. So they had to figure out how they could
Lav
bring
mic?
this
Yeah, like
early against KRU.
here. I mean, you could have easily Googled that, bro.
Mimi was asking on the desk.
But it's basically something you put on your lapel,
Optimize a little bit of their
and it's
strategy
wireless
with that month
for
period
audio
that they
recording.
just
Very
run.
common.
Right after Masters, of course.
And I got one of these,
sidelines.
a wireless one
They are definitely looking good.
that I can easily clip onto myself and go sit on my couch. And it's actually a pair of them that connect to one hub. So if I have like Brad over to watch party with me, I can clip one onto Brad as well. And you can hear both of us on the couch. And it's also useful because Brad wants to have me over on his stream one day in the background on his camera, but I'll be my banana suit, just providing commentary over his Bashi. And so we need a lav mic for that too. So, oh my god. KRU has all the reads, dude. They're playing single Cypher B and they quadruple push A short and get 2. Look at him. He's so sneaky.
Seems to be ready.
Davies doesn't even want to fight it. Wants to wait for the team.
He's so sneaky.
Well done. Now, as he's
And they know they have hookah control because they got this trip. Like, hookah's not even a threat.
The delay that we're we're talking about right here.
Right.
In the POV of JZZ, Molly and Snakebite on the ground. Trailblazer to push him back, getting info, also getting the stun.
It'd take a crazy guy to jump into hookah from sight here on attack because they don't have hookah control either. Yeah, they just flood out.
Right away. They
Crew is cooking. The decision making all makes sense.
The trades are perfect on top of that for
Mike's that flaggers use, right? Yeah, exactly. I'm running to the bathroom. I'll be right back. I gotta pee.
half for Crew on these retakes. It's pristine so far.
Yeah, it's absurd. I mean, MIBR is taking so long to find Crew in the sites. It has to feel weird planting, knowing they're about to flood in each and every time. And the way Crew is playing safe right now is so dangerous. It sounds weird, but it's incredibly dangerous to the way that MIBR is taking these sites. You see the Crew watch parties going off right now as Crew is doing the same 7 straight rounds, and they are deleting MIBR in these rounds, even though you see defuses there. All the players are going down, so the economy isn't able to build for MIBR right now, and Crew is punishing them.
You have some conditioning. Multiple times have MIBR put a Snakebite towards long B. And a flash to combine with that, but they're working towards short. Look at that rotate coming out from Kesnin already. A weakened A site. An opportunity for MIBR to strike.
Showers control will come up short here, but MIBR wait
okay.
for util, and
I'm back.
in we go.
Showstopper is just going to clear the space.
I didn't miss anything. It's lit. Oh my god, we're playing retake flood.
But more ults are still available. Orbital strike for a pulse plant, but it's RGL.
Oh my god. Wait, we missed the nade. He shouldn't be able to plant like that and not die.
The pit also comes up now for Chosen.
And the finesse ultimate. Trying to control the site, scare your opponent out. MIBR with one of the best
Yeah, the way that nade's
chances
supposed to work
back
is if they
to make it
commit to the
7-5,
plant, they're supposed to
but it's gonna
die
come back.
in exchange for the plant.
With the Seekers, that's the first time the off comes out for Kesnin. Melzer runs inside the pit to drop Maurice. Puts up the ult. And spots the last 3 players. Again, RGL playing the pulse plant. They have to hunt him down. FRC holding his angle down towards Showers.
Yeah, great round from
Chosen also
MIBR.
doing his job. And the numbers dwindle down for Crew. An opportunity finally for the first round to come in for MIBR, and it is going to happen.
Bit of a
What?
replay, as JZZ went in, it was a bit of a replay of the first round we saw from MIBR.
What was that?
Gather control, but they stayed this time. They made sure A could be theirs, even with.
Were they both out of ammo?
A nice round out there. Spike planted a little bit.
I think they're both out of ammo, and if either of them pulls out their gun to reload, that slows their movement speed, and the other guy can run at them with the knife out, right?
And it works.
Yeah.
Now what do they do? Because B was a shutdown for 7 straight.
And just like we can't escape the 9-3 curse, we can't escape this scoreline either. 7-1 right now. Crew still in the lead. As MIBR, a little bit of wind behind the sails here, hoping to tie in 2 in a row. As Davies with another different setup, even a different position.
Man, this guy's
Crew ready
tricky
with
on B.
priority ultimates here. Kesnit on deck as well. That orbital strike ready to clear out MIBR if they do get ground. Spike is down over by market right now.
Ooh.
This
Flash and nade.
2-2-1 is just attempted from MIBR.
Okay, so we talked about trying to waste that utility a bit. Already the pain shells are used, and FRZ gets a lurk kill onto Nagzek.
Off angle advantage.
Switched out to util play to the 1v1s and see if people can get these first shots off as MIBR doing a few more dry peeks in
Can I
this
make
again.
my own aim training
JCC,
routine, or
a
do
bullet
your
skimming
bolt
right
take
by
one?
his head there as they make
What?
their way into A site for the plan.
Why are you asking
It
this?
looks like he's still wanting another one. Trailblazer now coming out. There's the orbital strike. It will actually clear out RGL, but at least the plant comes down for MIBR. Nice job here by Moritz.
Oh, for the future thing? For players below Immortal, I'm almost certainly going to just enforce you play my voltaic routine, because the odds that you can come up with a better routine for yourself are practically zero. There exists plenty of players below Immortal who can, but like statistically speaking, not really. Okay, MIBR. Okay.
MIBR shaking off the cobwebs. They're starting to get a groove going now. Still losing a few members, but the buys should come through. They should be able to stave off more pressure here from KRU. A much slower round and more commitment to the fakes.
Yeah.
A hard commitment to 2 and Hookah right up to the jump out. And then 2 were pretty far up on A. So it scrambled a bit of the rotation, that lean and spawn that KRU has been doing so easily to read the play. So that speed after MIBR wanted to execute was a big plus that round. The operator no longer on the map. I'm sure MIBR is happy about that here as they look to play towards A once again. They realize just going at this Cypher util at B was not working, but they're going to face it at A now, Vance.
Melzer's playing behind. Oh, just saw the cap of JZZ.
Okay, we haven't written the rules yet, so like, please stop asking questions about a rule that doesn't exist yet. I guarantee you it'll be clear when we make the rule. So you're asking about a detail of an implementation of a system that is coming, but we don't know all of the rules we're going to put in place.
Easy plant. Showers control is perfect, so this isn't KRU getting in too easily. And
There it is. There it is.
goes down.
Pain Shells combo. Showstopper available. 4 versus 2 in favor of KRU. There's that Trailblazer to start things off. Led by Klaus.
Yeah, the moment we publish the rules, though, if you ask a question for like some exception or change, you just expect to get timed out.
Just retakes it alone.
The shutdown. It's like KRU, it feels like are coming in with such ferocity on these attacks. We
KRU is
know
cooking.
MIBR was playing nice and loose towards the end of the season, feeling it out. And they still need to bring that looseness, but with the pressure on, they need to be focusing on what the result of the strat is. Getting taken out a lot by util and not being able to identify pressure.
That's like so hard for them to read because Cypher's been B every round, man. And now there's just a random ass trip A short.
Or what they need to look for.
The round before when they got that second round.
What do you do?
Exactly. KRU has an answer to 90% of what MIBR is doing right now, and MIBR just needs to realize that and pull out that util first. Do a little bit more identifying as they did, like you said, in the round before with the push-up 2-1-2. And we'll see what they have. A little bit of a timeout here.
My banana do just be on the
And we'll get
screen.
back in.
What the heck?
KRU still with full
There we go.
domination on the game. It took, I think, 7 rounds for a plant to go down for MIBR to really get to the sites to where it worked out for them and get that extra money. So,
Since pistol round, pretty much.
yeah, the control of the game has been fully in KRU, in favor of KRU.
And that's the interesting factor as well, where you brought up that question mark. Trying to understand MIBR.
I gotta start tying you guys up. Let's continue to talk about this topic. Jim Borat, we don't even know if we're gonna enforce a single playlist. Get out of this heckin' detail-oriented discussion. I want macro-level discussion, if anything, on a concept. Where it's like, I agree with enforcing best practice, or I don't. The how has not been decided yet.
Maybe try to work for the orb control once again to get in.
I'm not trying to discuss the how.
And pressure on shower seems to be the name of the game for that orb control. There's a double satchel from JZZ. A flash, but he gets
That's tough. Is that his own Sky Flash? I think it is, right?
To capitalize on the kill.
Yeah.
Usage now used by Nags to allow KRU to fall back and get another kill with paint shells for Kesnet.
You don't have to talk about the game, Galamaster. I'd rather you don't talk about your opinions on how we should specifically implement mech requirements in the rules. Because mechs are like, it's like the poison pill topic. It is tough.
Coming into these rounds. The last one for the Switch is KRU take it right back into their favor for 2.
I just thought it was going to be smoke kills and post-plant utility that was going to be used by KRU every single time to be able to get these rounds. But instead, when they have an opportunity to strike with shots, man, are they clean.
Spike down.
For the double controller comp,
That angle is so underrated, by the way. Everyone has like years of bind, like heckin' memory on how to peek, and nobody Teddy peeks that shit yet. It's crazy.
What angles the team believes are covered in those situations, because KRU is just tearing MIBR apart in these takes.
You want chamber for the op.
One of our final round buy for MIBR.
Cursed one.
We'll have weapons to it, except for that stinger for FRZ, and then we'll get our halftime.
Yeah.
Because there's no jet on this comp.
At least with his casualties.
Not for the free op, because he's literally an op agent.
So taking control
Like, KRU has been running op raise, which is fine. Like, I don't think it's that bad, but it's not optimal. It's not a jet, and it's not a chamber. Chamber and jet are better at wielding the weapon. And so it's like, well, do you want to pick jet over raise, or do you want to pick chamber over cypher? Like, if we assume that you think the op is a complete necessity, then you have to make one of these concessions, and ultimately the chamber for cypher seems to be the more common concession made.
Just retaking the other side of the map. There isn't any encroachment up short. Showers control hasn't been gained yet.
People have differing opinions on the game theory. This is why, I don't know if you've been following TFT, but like Mortdog announced that they're going to be removing certain stats from the APIs, and I hard agree with this from him. So the problem with TFT right now is people get 3 augments and they'll just go look up the average placement of those 3 augments in their rank, and then they'll just pick the best one. And to me, that's no different than getting to a chest position and putting it into Stockfish and playing the best move that Stockfish tells you. It like ruins all of the fun of or strategic depth and like theory crafting from the game. It's like, oh, I'll just play the statistically optimal thing. It's like, what? That's so lame. So seeing like one team pick chamber and one team pick cypher, this is because they don't have like an oracle that tells them what's better. And one team has the opinion that the optimal operator escape is better, while the other team doesn't have that opinion. And now we're about to see, because I mean, it's slightly defense sided, but I don't think it's 9-3 defensive sided. That's a crazy half from KRU. Trixon 4, thank you for the prime.
Thank you so much, fellas. And with that, right now, KRU sitting at 9-3, MIBR with critical.
Yeah, I can't wait for those stat site changes in TFT. It drives me nuts to run into statistics Andes all playing the hecking singular, statistically dominant route every game. I feel like it makes the game so dry.
In picking into bind, I think you can very directly see the things that this team was working on. And for me, what I'm seeing is their coordination in late rounds and their ideas in these retakes. You always see.
So you get different augments every game though? Yeah, and what they do is they Google all of those augments and then they just grab the most common one. But also you can pick a legend that influences your augments. You get different chest openings every game, Nivaz. That doesn't mean you should be in favor of people being able to ask Stockfish what the optimal move is, you know? Like, it's dumb. I like fully agree with Mortdog on this one. Showing people the stats completely removes the skill expression of a player being able to gauge the strength of the numbers.
But MIBR did claim 3 rounds, and that's something on this map. And
yeah, they're removing that, Clover. Riot's removing that from their APIs, so stats websites will not be able to provide that information. Is a lit. And they're explicitly making it against their terms of service to like provide that info. So for example, if Blitz tried to scrape it, then Riot would go after Blitz. I love that change. As some players are like mad about it, I don't get it.
Quite potent, but the question is, can they shut KRU down early, who looked so good in that pistol?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited to see what
I feel like TFT is the ultimate measure of who can make the best subjective judgment, and turning it into the whoever has the biggest brain bank of average placement of each augment is so weird to me. Win rate won't affect the meta. Well, it still will, of course, right? So back before augments or anything, there were still differing opinions of what was best, and most people meta slaved along what players thought were best. But it's more likely that what players thought was best wasn't best, and we were missing like some other strategies, which ultimately increases the viability of playing not meta when the stats aren't just public knowledge like that.
Weeks of Americas, week number 2. It was a game on Pearl where KRU actually had a very strong lead in that last final map to get the first victory of the season, and MIBR came back.
What were the meta augments? No, there's like a billion augments, Nivaz. I don't think you play TFT, and so please stop asking questions about TFT. I think you've played like less than 10 TFT games in your life, the way you just asked that question.
Oh, the TP comes over. They've read the play, and we're gonna get a 5v5 retake.
They're playing with a lot of teleports on both defensive halves now for KRU and MIBR. Davies is the one that's setting up things on a pulse plant camera, looking up
Place
towards Strong.
sometimes, you place top 2 one time. Yeah, so you played. I think my guess is dead on then. It's like VStats isn't gonna have team comps and agent win rates anymore. No, it's totally different, Keckles. VStats absolutely will have that. We're talking about TFT. An agent win rate on a map is not as straightforward. You have to understand Valorant has a mechanics aspect to the game. Just picking the statistically best comp doesn't mean that you have the best comp, because Valorant isn't deterministic based off your decisions. Unlike chess, where if you make the best decisions in chess, you win, right? In Valorant, you can make the best decisions and lose. Like, I could put a team of bronzes up on that stage with the best team comp and the best pre-round strats, and they will lose every single round. So stats in Valorant have this inherent, like, uncertainty to them, because that mechanical element also exists. So just because one agent's the best on a map, statistically speaking, in Valorant, doesn't mean they're the best. It just doesn't, because there's many factors that could be at play. As opposed to TFT, where there's no mechanical aspect, you just place the units out, they fight. No, Bliss is also for TFT, Keckles.
Klaus, the only one that's looking for a bit more util here to support the team, so only a classic there. And it's gonna work.
John Garrett's back to casting again. He's not on the... No. You are not hearing Sean Garrett's right now.
Now he's gonna try to clear with the Trailblazer out towards long. Yeah, we're trying to break rotations if we can, but it's not really needed here. As MIBR are playing the numbers advantage.
It might be a 9-3 moment here.
Just covering the spike down in hookah. This crew with the lower weaponry looking to push this back. It's going to be a contact play. JZZ will allow RGL to open the portal. And they'll try to pinch it in.
Yeah, trying to draw a fight here. It's good to see crew playing these so safe, right? Trying to get as much damage as they can. Really trying to wear away at MIBR.
Really good conversion from MIBR. Only 1 death. That's like super lit.
MIBR can turn it up here now on the defensive side. We get into our bonus round as we catch this replay, and Marines with a quick smoked out double. Very nice. Seeing that early Guardian buy coming out from MIBR do a lot of work.
Yeah.
Majority at the time. Now, what do they have for next round?
So now what happened last half was crew won their bonus
and run with it if they hit
on defense. If MIBR wins their bonus on defense, then it's like pretty even.
Right now. So full touches every round here towards B long. A little bit of conditioning we're getting out of crew. And it looks like their wall will just be up towards mid. So still just using that default Viper wall, allowing
The Viper wall is really strong.
there. Hopefully get this rotation they want, but
What a shot. Wait.
Looks like the beast inside of MIBR is starting to...
I think this round is 50-50 now.
We might expect the usual banger series between
That's a really good name.
and MIBR. Trailblazer stunning one, but still JZZ holds his angle. A push right back out, a double slice done by crew, pushing out the TP away from FRZ in the back of the A site.
Oh, is this going to be a teleport rotation once they execute? No, they're going through spawn. JZZ turns around and they start hightailing it over back towards A. Defense is there. Let's see if crew can break this.
Still 35 seconds though. An opportunity to tap on the spike, force out the utility, replant, or do a late rotate through the teleporter.
Yeah, it
30
looks like
seconds
it.
left.
There's that first volley on the ground set off by the defense. There's that full plant coming through, attempted, and it will be successful now for crew. Davies trying to clear out the site, works out for the first kill. Melzer with support from Showers. Still a disadvantage for crew. Low HP.
Dude.
Still gets the
This round could go either way. That's crazy.
Somehow it's all up to JZZ. But in this bonus round, they
Thoughts on MIBR letting Klaus get way too much space? The game's tough.
And JZZ's hunting.
Very tough.
Spotted by Klaus and dropped.
It's not like they said to themselves, yo, let's give him space and let him peek planter.
Make sure to follow my
If you think it's that easy, I assure you it's not.
Ultimate now for Melzer. What a solid hold here. And great choices by crew. They continue to work the map a little bit.
I think it's a bit backwards. Like when you see a team make a mistake, it doesn't make sense to say thoughts on team letting that happen. Like What do you mean?
And obviously, more than one shooting here, more than
I
one
don't
shot.
think they decided to let that
Something
happen.
Crew wanted. They flex back towards A, and even with the rotation from MIBR, Crew gets the win. Switching it back and forth towards B, the default 3-1-1 here. Not default, but what they
It's
like
more
to
common
wear.
for people to push talk using mouse or keyboard. Keyboard.
Got him off
It was a nice little try.
That was a great thought off the
There's this entire
quick.
rabbit hole, and if you wish to discuss this further, join the Discord Voltaic, because I will hecking time you out if you continue this discussion. But if you hold a mouse button to talk, you're essentially increasing the tension on your hand while you talk, which means that you have to aim under 2 different tensions depending on if you're talking or not, which can be really dizzying. Anyways, if you have any takes that you want to talk about that, join the Voltaic server where they will happily discuss that with you forever. I'm not open for discussion on this at this time.
FRZ to get that information, but he may have a lurk that really solidifies the win for this team once the utility drops in from spawn. Crew now gonna have a hell of a time holding this verse 5. Yeah.
Interesting. Chambers back in the middle for bind. I'm not sure if he's back. Some teams think he is.
Still lurking around, but they have to stay in the site for Crew. There's no post plant utility right here, so you have to flash and go for picks, and it works out.
Well, Penflash, if you recall, even before the changes, teams were experimenting with him. Like we saw him on Lotus. I believe was the first time we saw him come back. Great round from Crew.
What? It's just smothering MIBR on these site takes. And it's not even, we're going to set up when we get there.
I think my
We'll hit it. The
Discord
moment they
sub
got
notice
the
are
heaven, the
broken.
moment they got the spawn connector, they instantly flood the site, and the util is just
What's up with that?
displacing Crew perfectly, or MIBR perfectly there.
They definitely are.
Yikes.
They definitely are. Tricks, thank you for the tier 3, and Van, thank you for the tier 3. And let me look into this.
Come out, and we've mentioned the discipline that Crew has on these trades. They've been looking very good. Only 2 rounds.
Okay, it should be connected. I'm guessing the bot's erroring out.
Again, reminder.
Brad is doing like a big refactor on the bot right now so that I can press Stream Deck buttons to run predictions and whatnot. And I'm guessing this might have broken it.
When we were watching the map picks, this was a quick bind pick. They were like, okay, Crew, first pick, bind. Like instantly, an MIBR said attack. Did Crew take it to him on defense to start out here? And now they were ready as well for the aggressive side. 3 stack on A for MIBR here as Crew starts to feel out the map a little bit more. They're 1 away from Kesnet. I wonder if they try to farm this and then just make a quick impact play off of that. Already with 2 online.
Yeah,
Klaus and
get a check on my laptop.
if they want to use them.
Ooh. Oh my god, do they know? Oh, the Cypher roll. It doesn't matter.
Ult is so much more effective too if you're getting the first
Really
kill
good
of the
Cypher
round.
ult.
You guys say hello to all 4 members left alive.
And even the overkill for the confirmation seekers. Just to make sure that the B site, if there were players in there, you could flush them out and just follow behind.
Oh dear.
Rotation then comes across.
Okay.
Nice little Marshall kill.
Get a little saucy there.
Yep.
Crew feeling the push.
Last player standing now in Puka, but he's not going to be the chosen one. Matt Point. Now for Crew.
You like Crew's comp more than Chamber version? See, I want Chamber to win every game he gets picked so he gets nerfed again.
This is what you need to see, not 2 teams waffling it back
I
and
want
forth.
Chamber to
That's what
always
you
win
did for
in pro
right
games.
round that
100% win rate.
expected. No,
So that
you
Riot's
need to
forced
see
to nerf him.
strong. You want to see a team, if they are going to be the winner, to get that definitive win. LCQ.
Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with the
Easy
bot.
gauntlet run for anybody here. And the Death said it. We've mentioned it. Crew, any of these teams in the single elimination run of it have to almost have an EG-like season, or even a Tokyo EG-like, and just have a perfect run. It's pretty wild. It's hard to do in a week. It's hard to do in a week.
And definitely, speaking of the EG-like season, there's definitely a lot of EG fans rooting for MIBR.
Yeah,
right now, as
exactly.
they're unfortunately falling behind. Operator out on the defense for FRZ. Does not connect onto that shot. Working through
Patience.
the map, yeah, definitely. Out towards showers.
Or up to you, which agent would you remove from the game? Reyna Chamber. It's easy.
Chosen could actually rotate back a little bit more quickly. But this is still great positions for MIBR. Finally, the second shot connects. Orbital strike on the ground, connects on to guess it, and cancels out the showstopper.
It's Patafini, thank you for the prime.
This rotation, big hit by JZZ. I don't even know if they'll see action, but getting closer and closer. Bounce over that, maybe?
It would be heard. So the response.
Dude, MIBR is so patient. Look at JZZ. I think they're just waiting because, I mean, if Cypher ends up dying, it's like Giga.
But KRU still working towards A, looking for that plant.
Damn, they're so patient.
Looking for that timing, and there's that satchel you talked about here, Riv. The flank then comes across.
Look how patient they are, Elbow, dude.
Well by Chosen. Good info to give with that rotation to JZZ, and they're just waiting for that. FRZ starts off with another one in the round.
Yeah.
That's that. What a round.
That was a stronghold for MIBR after all, and I like this. I like this look for MIBR. Even though they're losing here, but they get this diffuse. They mentioned at the desk, Mimi was talking about, hey, maybe Chosen coming into this rotation, into this composition, will solve the issues of a little bit of overheating that we've seen from MIBR towards that mid side of the season. And look how patient they were, waiting for JZZ to actually make it towards long, for the TP to come through from Chosen, then you come in for the hit.
Pause.
The length of rounds
Okay, perfect.
can easily just kind of make your win condition
Properties.
fall out of memory, right? You fall asleep at the wheel, but throughout
That
that,
looks
as you were
good.
saying, the patience, you have an operator up. Let that operator be the first peak. If that operator has
All right,
anybody in
I'm
line of
peeking
sight,
at the event stream,
everyone else can
waiting for
happen.
another sub to come in.
Yeah, MIBR is playing to that winning condition perfectly when they have the big buy on the map. And KRU having a little trouble finding their way through. They do need one more, so they're not too pressured right now. It's going to have to be that big comeback if we want.
Quick, someone 2 or 3. I mean, you do not have to do that. It'll happen eventually. No rush.
From KRU here, and you can see they're still realizing, yeah, MIBR is figuring out a way through our
What are your thoughts on cycling out agents or making a ban phase for Valorant? I don't know, dude. I'm not a game designer. I really think if you want to ask questions like that, you should go to like Mark Dog's stream, because he's a game designer. Like, even though he doesn't work on Valorant, he'd have better answer to that than me.
Talk the match through before actually setting up on stage, shooting some hoops, just feeling it for today. And they definitely look ready. A very strong start on the first half, a 7-0 lead, now in the lead by 6. Only needing this one final round to close up their map pick here on Bind.
And as we see FRZ now, this chamber pick coming into play. What it's supposed to do. Really wasn't able to get to the operator on attack if it's the position they wanted it in, but its definite strength is coming from for MIBR on defense as FRZ heats up.
Ooh.
Orb control, orbital strike again. I feel like Melzer has had a lot of ults this game.
This is like a statistically winning round for KRU.
Secured quite a few kills on the rounds.
The Zane factor though, JCC has like result.
Towards mid, a little bit of a push up here by Nags just to get audio if anybody's moving U-Haul. But 4 stack for MIBR. This is going to be a bloodbath on entry.
MIBR kind of wants to play behind a showstopper if there was a hard hit. Overcommitting the rotate towards the A site.
They've waited long enough.
Yeah, that's the opportunity now. If the showstopper comes down and you go through the TP, that connects onto Klaus. And that's
Okay.
Meanwhile, the orbital strike did isolate one player in showers, and that's RGL.
I don't know he's here, dude. But they don't know he's here.
Spike is down though still once again. Disadvantage for KRU. A shot trying to ring through, but it's Chosen getting the wall bang.
A little messy, but good round from MIBR. Kisner's so good. Yeah, but I mean, like, he's a bit lucky for that too.
Nobody can tell Kesnet double took on seeing RGL come out of bat. He was like, wait a minute, that's not our brim. Yeah, that's how scattered MIBR was on defense, but scattered in a good way. Able to keep themselves hidden. That patience again to let everybody get into position and then make the play. That was huge to still have showers control and a definite miss by KRU. That's what MIBR is looking for. More misses for the MIBR squad against KRU here. Let's see. They're going to get up towards B. More of a default, actually, all the way across the map. And that showers control orb will be washed by FRZ. Operator still in play with a tour de force to come if they need it.
And that's the advantage of that chamber. I talked about him with the being the first point of contact and also an opportunity to escape. with the rendezvous being set up now on the top of the
Interesting they molly so early.
They know exactly where
But they're not using this time for anything. Well, hey.
That's a spike falling
I guess
down.
they
Spike
felt
now
like they
picked
were
up
using the
this
time.
And Crew's gonna go through towards the B site.
Ooh, very scattered here for Crew. Not going the way they want, except Davies rains one back in on Chosen.
And JZZ was the one left behind towards that B site.
Push was spiked? I don't know, man. I don't know.
Push out from Crew and falls back and waits for this flood retake once again for MIBR.
Which what odds do you give this game? I think 17-19 for MIBR? 0.001.
Klaus with the stinger towards the back of the site. Marie's fall seekers out on the attack. Gets a second one here. Gets the
0.
Crew closes the first map.
Yeah, Crew just had too many.
Incredible showing from Crew. Always being able to show well against
Pay out,
these
pay
elite
out.
teams. Absolutely incredible first matchup.
Pay out. Mute. Start the prediction. Raffles and predictions. Oh, it's lit. The timing is so good. My food is here. There's a prediction. In the Raffles and Predictions channel. I'll make a bet again. I was right the first time. I'll go all in again. I believe in Crew. Do, 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 do. Be right back. I'm grabbing my food. Yo. All right. We can even do with the points. Brag. Is that not enough for you? I got a burger, chat. And fries. From where? They'd have to pay me for that. Because I'd just say the restaurant name and it would plant the idea into some of your minds and you go patronize. There's a Como. They've been 2-month Prime. Tier 3 permanent goes crazy. Yeah, we gotta win the coin flip. What happens if you lose it? What do you mean? You just lose 1,000,000 points. You're saving up to 2,000,000 to do 2 coin flips in a row? Some channels coin flip VIP or BAM. Yeah, but on Twitch you can make another account pretty easily. Our Discord server requires SMS verification, which actually is really annoying. You know the irony of this whole pen flash initiator thing? We're gonna hit 1,500 subs. I'm gonna learn some sick ass raise tech, and pen flash is gonna be like, I miss her. And he's gonna drop flash initiator and start learning satchels. Acted like I don't already have the satchels. You don't.
To the VCT
You don't.
last chance qualifier, where I'm standing here with Coach.
I'm gonna
Adam
have
after
the
a
satchels
very
pen flash.
convincing map #1 on Bind as they take down MIBR.
You
So,
can't satchel
first of all,
from
Coach
B
Adam,
main box
congratulations
into
on
market
that
on
first
demand,
map.
like
I
Ray
know
for
the
CCAD.
series is not done
I will
with,
be able to.
But I did want to ask you about how the team has been practicing during this break. It's no question that throughout the season, KRU had so many close games, especially in that last game in the group stage against Cloud9, so close, and yet never able to convert it to a full-out win. So what were the biggest learning lessons, and what did the team work on during the break?
Yeah, so as we lost every series on the league, it was really hard because
What becomes the metric for good raise satchels of who's becomes good at raise? I'll just have a better feeling for that.
In every international match, so the mental and the mindset was like broken because loss after loss after loss is really hard to come back. So we said we are going to take a break, 20 days of break.
Hardstuck Diamond 2.
And I told him I want
just like Jet Daddy.
Just to reset, like to more like to leave that loss behind, and then we will go back to LA and we are going to train for 31 days, and that's what we did. We practiced a lot. Like the team was able to move on on all of that losses, and also
Your Hardstuck 45 subs YouTube.
For us, and
you gotta upload more.
They were strong.
I watch like every Zammy upload.
As they were intended to do, and we practiced the best we could, and hopefully we can make an historic run on last chance.
Well, it's fantastic to hear that you and the boys got a bit of a chance to get that reset. Hopefully, you can close this out as you head into map #2. For now, we are going to head back to Golden Boy on the desk.
Thank you so much for that, Smix. Always good to hear from the coaches. And yeah, I mean, I think it goes without saying you have to shake that off. You cannot let the past linger too much. And it's very clear that is exactly what KRU did, especially with what we've seen on Bind from
I got the video I had you in coming out very soon. Had to wait on a sponsor for like 3 weeks.
It doesn't matter that they went 0-9.
Dude.
If they went 4-5,
Yeah, I don't work with sponsors. I took like a couple calls with them.
LCQ, and it looks like they're on a mission to do exactly
I have yet to talk
And
with a
the
sponsor who
improvement
rubs
from
me the
KRU,
right
even in this
way.
first map was really impressive. The fundamentals were always the biggest critique of this team. Kesnet being too far.
I think
ahead, a
sponsors
little
are
bit
too
of
used to
miscoordination
working with
in these late
like
rounds. I didn't really see that in
younger
this map to the
creators,
same
I
extent
think.
we saw
It's like
previously. It really did look
younger
like a
creators
squad.
see money and they're
Like
like, oh my
together,
God,
having lineups,
please
ideas of
sponsor
how they
me.
wanted to play their post plans in particular, and it's got to be such a big moment for
I'm
them
like
to
the
concede
complete
for the
opposite.
pop-offs on stage, because this is their first step towards breaking that barrier of never winning a match.
You can see the emotion is back. If you remember KRU with those international lands,
I'm literally like,
remember
why
they
should
beat
I let you
Sentinels
give
at
me money?
Champions, the reaction
Which
from
is
the
like
players, they were going,
probably a
that
question
was
nobody ever
all
asked them.
Valorant pops, and they're back with that mentality. They have that killer instinct again individually that you remember seeing from those guys in that era, and it was gone all season except for Kesnet, who, like you were saying, sometimes went overboard. So to see them like this again is just awesome.
Yeah, it absolutely is. And for Kesnet, he came out swinging in this matchup, playing on this race. I think he was a big part of a lot of the team's ideas. For their retakes, they were almost always built around sending in a molly, sending in a sky flash, and a nade all at the same time, and then just letting these players loose. And Kesnet was so good as an individual. And on the other side, for JZZ, the guy slipping back into that duelist role for the first time in a long while on MIBR, he also made a lot of improvements. But the thing is, I didn't see that same coordination with his utility being used with the team in the same way we saw it from Kesnet and KRU.
You know, Naruto's, you're like very far away from hitting the nail on the head. Tons of people want to sponsor me. They're not out here like, oh, let's not sponsor Rahutin. He's not on socials or whatever. No. They want to give me their money. The problem is they think that I want them to give me their money. Like the way they always approach their offers, they're like, yo, you're going to be so hyped about this. We want to give you this money so you can advertise their brand. I'm like, I don't care about the money.
Absolutely fantastic. But now we need to figure out what's going on with the MIBR camp. Luckily, we have Smix standing by with Coach Bazooka.
I'll be hyped if it's a product I like and they actually
Thank you very much, Golden Boy, standing here with
have
Bazooka
ideas about how they
ahead
can
of that
integrate it
map
onto my
number 2
stream
against KRU.
in a productive
Real
manner.
Quick, I know you had a little bit of time with the boys to recollect.
But instead, they
after
just
map
want me
number
to
1. How
shout
did
their
that
product out as
conversation
if
go
like
in
it's my favorite thing in the
preparation
world.
for hopefully a different outcome this time around.
Yeah, I think
And they know nothing about my stream. They just reached out because I got a bunch of viewers.
Go on and just do our game, and we are ready for that.
Sounds very good. Thank you very much, Bazooka. Golden Boy, back to you to get this map number 2 underway.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. I mean, look, honestly, I think it makes sense. Bazooka, obviously, just keeping kind of the, the discussion a little close to the chest.
Yeah, I'm basically just looking for a sponsor who actually cares about my content.
You're basically backs against a wall.
Not one that says they do and then doesn't.
Choice here. This is
And then, of course, I can't be like Nestle. Like, can you imagine the CEO of Nestle is like a Giga Wahujin fan? Gets me in a call.
Unfortunately, no miracles work this time around on Bind for MIBR, Wyatt. And now you're kind of left wondering what the Lotus, that has to be the saving grace for this team, and you're really looking for guys like Chosen to step up.
I mean, that is his iconic map. We all know what happened.
Why don't I at least give you a rundown about your channel and what you do?
It doesn't even need to be said. There is a lot of pressure on his shoulders. He didn't have a great performance on Bind. He was 0-4 in
It's more like when they open an email, like, we love your content and we think we'd be a good fit, then I want them to elaborate in our meeting as to why we'd be a good fit and how they envision me advertising their content. But instead, the meetings always open up with, yo, what's up? Tell us about your stream. Oh, what do you mean?
With 6 of them, only 2 times did he die first.
Why do I? What don't you know about my stream?
To see if they just have him play that on Lotus, because when Lotus came out, that was one of the maps where even when Chamber was super nerfed, people were speculating that maybe this is the home for him.
Yeah, I don't expect a change necessarily, because I actually really like the composition that MIBR was running at the end of the season. They picked up the Cloud9.
Like a perfect example of this is Voltaic. I'm a fan of Voltaic, and they're fans of me. Like there's literal Voltaic like admins in the server who just enjoy the stream.
flexible pieces of
Like,
utility
genuinely.
and fast
It was an
rotations
easy
to be
collaboration.
able to make your calls around. I do hope they stick to that, but this does kind of come back to the question of mental, because for MIBR,
Yeah, exactly.
in
We
that
think
last
we'd be a
match of
great
season
fit.
versus
Anyways, who are
Lotus,
you?
They had no expectations. They had lost 10 maps in a row going into that one. They made a big upset happen. Here it's very different. Here it is do or die. You lose this map, you go home, and that month of prep coming back to LA kind of ends in nothing, but already changes coming out here for both sides, actually.
We do have Chosen back on that KJ, though. That is where he looked most comfortable, in my opinion, previously when he played those few maps. So I think he can.
There's also the downside where, like,
they do actually have JZZ.
I'm also not willing to
the
just
raise,
take
and
money
they
from a
can
sponsor that
test
I
it on
don't
the
like.
raise. So
Like, even if they know everything about my stream, they got great ideas on how to advertise.
I don't
If
like
it's
the
a
race
product I
gameplay as
wouldn't
much as the
genuinely
Neon
recommend,
does,
I
but
also
think
won't
it's much
take their
more
money.
comfortable for JZZ. The Neon allows you to
So,
have
for
the
example,
stuns, the fast rotations, the
I will
fast lanes
never
as well to
take
really
Tracker
vary the
GG's
pace of
money.
your game. With the
It
race,
doesn't
when you're
exist a
only
universe.
running the Sky to
Because I
support,
would not
it's a lot
recommend
harder
you
to get
install
those
their
same rotations
overlay.
to play in the same way. So it really does switch up the style. But a lot of teams have been playing
People
this comp,
over-focus
and
on
it is
stats a
what
lot of the
KRU
time.
will show for really their first go in a while here on Lotus to try and close out.
Well, if you're MIBR, you're praying, you're hoping, you're going to do everything in your power to
And
force
because
this
I like
into a
having the
third map,
flexibility to be able to
because
say that on
this
stream,
is
I
it,
wouldn't
and
take their
obviously
money.
this
Right?
broadcast
Like, I don't
will be
want to
short if it ends right here.
feel
So let's go ahead
obligated to
and
tell
send
you
it
to
back
install
over to
something
Ben
that I don't
Silly
like.
in Rivington for the call.
Seems kind of hypocritical though when you have the overlay installed. What do you mean? I like their overlay. Personally, I use it. But I don't like it to a degree that I would recommend you install it. I don't say you shouldn't use it necessarily. I don't say you should use it either, you know? I think you're free to use it if you think it provides you value. But some people over-focus on stats. And they'll specifically look at the overlay and be like, oh god, my headshot rate's so low. You know, they'll get in their own head.
It's not going to be an easy team to knock over.
It won't. And they got comp changes coming in for both squads. No more Harbor in here. We actually haven't seen that forever. Washed out.
I think people should have a choice, like if they want to use the overlay or not. I don't recommend you uninstall it. I don't recommend you install it. I'm neutral.
Of the Neon pick, but we're not going to get it. We are going to get the Raze duel. So just as good here. Let's see what they have for each other to start off. I think orb control may spell the name of the game in the early part here, as we have a lot of slow play to gauge who's going to be pushing. MIBR not really trying to feign any mid push, but are trying to get a bit of that C control. There's a death pile of utility for Chosen over at A. We probably see that almost every round here.
You already see it. Davies still watching their backs win. MIBR are trying to do some sort of trap play through the smoke, but KRU looking to initiate towards A. Rotation already coming back from MIBR, and there's that turret spawning the first contact. But breaking through the door, it's time to pivot towards that.
This is a good rotation.
We're currently
They're really good.
at the top. Big paranoia to push him back.
Dude, what?
Wow. 1v1 against FRZ. A double
Wait. I'm server timing that after this series.
in this round.
That jump up was incredibly smooth.
Knowing what is deeper in that
He lost no
area.
momentum.
MIBR, open arms, grab a few kills there. And now they're looking for the final 3.
Right Pick Classic is the name of the game inside of this smoke. MIBR looking at push through. Couple of kills coming across. Melzer wins both
2v2
of those 2 kills.
Oh.
Davies on the flank. There's only FRZ. 13 HP. Turret comes out. Jump spot. And we are playing the protocols for KRU.
Oh!
Flush scout FRZ. Letting the turret be the contact. And there's almost going to be
No time.
Why did I sign up for this shit?
KRU turns it around in their favor. Davies picking up the last kill where it should have been MIBR's round.
It's the Sky voice line there. I didn't sign up for this.
The box jump? Yeah.
Just continuously forced to double take, then fight the turret and not get the kill that they needed. KRU pick up pistol round.
I think he used the crouch to like gain
of the
contact with the ground in a smoother motion.
A lot of good
Not
practice.
sure.
And then patience at the end, which is what we've been asking for both of these teams in these tight situations. That push forward again.
I'll be right back. I gotta use the bathroom and
a
wash my
little
hands. I just
aggressive,
finished
but they
eating.
Still are able to stave off a loss, come out with a win there.
Yeah.
All right, KRU. Aggressive strategy towards B to start things off. Get up close and personal on MIBR to start off our Lotus match. And they do focus, as we saw, pushing towards A. Kesnet on the ultimate last round. A lot of times you'll get the Seekers focused or the Lockdown focused, but we do see that Raze being a priority for KRU here. All the way into B, Waltz's KRU.
Snuck in behind the toxic screen. Toxin trying to go for the peek off the turret contact, but 2 players actually slipped through. So that's the first player falling down. A site's open, another one trying to catch one off guard. That's Maurice trying to swing back towards the spawn, but cannot get the pick. Plant will come down, and it's time to play the
All right.
for Crew. This
Oh,
time
we're still
around,
in the round.
You mentioned it, Riv. There's no harbor that we see, but there's still a double controller for both of these teams. And pulling out this raise, I still.
Oh, we just have, I mean, they wouldn't save. They just try to die to bomb, deny orb. I think they don't want to give Raze orbs, because if Raze gets like 2 orbs here, it'd be really dangerous. And so Raze is going to be playing first contact on attack.
Continue to add that
all
pressure. We're gaining space and playing these pulse plants. Oh, yeah, nice little shot coming out here.
Little damage.
It didn't even look practiced. He has just that level of movement in his soul. No, it's practice.
Just quickly trading quick. And another molly kill.
We're gonna actually try to pick up the orbs instead.
Oh!
Okay, that's actually quite interesting.
That's an error from KRU for sure.
Exactly.
MIBR involuntarily actually did a lot of damage in that eco after all.
Huh. Getting themselves into position. And KRU do pick up another one, but lose a little bit of the economy there. We'll see if that affects them coming into this round. Melzer are figuring what they can buy.
Oh, yeah.
It's just going to be the Sheriff. So this bonus is going to feel a little weird.
It definitely affects them.
What well is that Viper all good for defense? I mean, it's their eco round, right?
Don't have enough money. We got to play the bonus. They actually.
So I wouldn't be so sure about it being great.
Vandals in this round for KRU.
It might just be
one Guardian, one Vandal.
experimenting.
But a Guardian in the hands of Kesnet could do a lot.
Okay, information gained. The actual subs themselves are not being sent to the event stream.
Instant shots, whether they're happening over towards Hookah or here on Lotus. And everybody from MIBR is B. This allows them to quickly spread out to either side, either site, and react to KRU here. So MIBR is just looking to stay a little closer to what KRU may be able to produce this round. Is this an alt grab? They go for left one, and just Kesnet needs one here. That would actually be a huge boon for this round if they can get map control for that.
And Melzer's actually the one that was making sure they could prevent any pushes coming out from MIBR, covering that orb. Now it's picked up by Kesnet. An opportunity to go for a late hit now in the C side, using the showstopper as the opener.
There.
MIBR reads into this though. 3 players are rotating across.
This is where I do really favor the Raze. Being able to blast pack to the elbow here of C, so hard to deny. You go over the Killjoy utility if it is present. And they're going to be a little door play as they go quasi-global with the audio here to try and trick MIBR into rotating.
Flash, Paranoia, double satchel, showstopper out.
Little rail grind.
Playing CPMA at this point.
Yeah, I mean, there's that ult they were trying to deny, but 5v5 retake seems fine, right? Because he's got big boy guns. No Viper Molly, though.
Insight right now, hunkered down, ready to defend here. 3 from sight, 2 from waterfall.
Rotates are crazy. Yeah, that's why you don't really see flanks as much on this map, because teams are so confident to rotate through the middle.
Trying to use these sheriffs for some kills. Nice shot by Chosen through the smoke. Big Paranoia then coming out.
It's pronounced Chosen.
To flood back for the retake. Nax it around the corner. Vulnerable to a couple of players. But it's
great retake.
MIBR that floods and drowns KRU on the pulse plant.
You
to get the first point on the round.
Expect that on the eco. It's kind of like a stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting, you just run in and you're able to trounce your opponent. So there's the first round to defuse. It has been KRU getting in, being able to find.
All right, I've restarted Robonetta to hopefully fix the
pressure MIBR to the fullest. MIBR answer. See what
Discord sub notice.
Doing. So KRU do suffer a little bit on that bonus from losing quite a few members, and MIBR come out with the W. Where do they go from here? This A control has been big to start the last few rounds for MIBR. Quick nade, quick rubble pressure, and then they force the hand of KRU to do something else.
Oh,
well, both omens are across.
A flash to allow for RGL to try to push forward, but he got hit by that. So Melzer takes the advantage. Capitalizes on the kill. KRU pushing forward. Continue to hold W as they catch players of MIBR off guard, not expecting.
Yo!
Just a firing range. They're taunting.
We got it. We got it.
Compete there at Rubble.
Chad, they have 4 months.
You see a quick rotation back by Chosen just to kind of set up the map in a safer.
I will shrink it so it doesn't cover the whole
Sometimes
screen.
you gotta make those plays. 2-player disadvantage. Marie's trying to push forward. TP now canceled. So that's actually gonna leave MIBR anchored towards A.
Good peeks for Maurice here, getting a lot of information to allow MIBR the correct positioning to defend, but at 1-1-1 across the map, it's going to be difficult.
Yeah.
As KRU look to just go right into B, but into that Killjoy utility.
You're hoping now Chosen in his spot could do that econ damage, drop some players at least to get some chances for MIBR.
The delay
on a pulse plan as KRU is looking to push towards B. There's that first delay with the first nano swarm for Chosen. A spray then across with the Vandal. But KRU still makes it in. Plant now comes down with 13 seconds left. You got some damaged players though.
Yeah, Trailblazer. There's a lot of damage though.
KRU is
Klaus
looking
there, that
unstoppable,
utility they
dude.
need to get back in. So if Klaus can stay alive, this makes it infinitely harder for MIBR. Otherwise, just a few nice shots, even at the legs, could whittle down KRU's numbers.
MIBR avoided the Trailblazer, and they know with this alarm bar placed towards that baby door, they're not getting pressured yet. Oh yeah, they're picking up weapons to save here.
Looks like it. I was gonna say they're pressuring themselves in this moment as everything heats up. But it looks like this one's gonna fizzle out here. Well, Spike won't, but the round in favor now of MIBR. They pick up a second one, or sorry.
Does MIBR win these?
They pick up a third, I should say.
If I could answer that question, then I would be a professional level coach. I don't know enough about KRU or enough about MIBR
MIBR is feeling much more comfortable
to
in these
answer that.
situations that they'll need full gun rounds to pressure KRU. They can't be giving up a few guns here and there. This is gonna take everything.
Yeah. FRZ, really what he could work with is maybe a Sheriff is gonna get a Bulldog drop. While the rest, saving those 3 rifles are gonna be very important, as you mentioned here, Riv.
Who's your favorite individual pro player?
Earlier on towards that A site, they go for the triple push.
That's a really hard question.
Pushing forward once again towards Rubble, and finally gets locked down. So you can get these early rotates now from MIBR towards B and C.
I have giga nostalgia factor for Tens because he was like the first jet that I studied intensely when I was climbing into high elo.
We really can't stop each other at this point.
Walk in for contact like that. Kesna gets the opener.
So I'm like highly biased towards him.
Back, and that's gonna be JZZ. Holding it
So if we're being like dead honest, like who do I want to wake up in the morning to watch play? It's honestly Tens. I'm a giga Tens fan.
Davies coming back into the end of the regular season for Xeddie.
I'm not lying to myself. I don't think he's the best,
Still bringing a bit of that momentum now a month later.
but he's my favorite
This is gonna be a tough
because he
one
was
to
like my
retake.
idol when I was climbing.
Jumping around like it's a jungle gym in there as LGL does find a frag on Melzer.
That's correct, Zendikar. We were talking about Ray's satchels this morning on Ascent. That's actually going to be one of the YouTube intros for that video. Specifically, it was how I noticed they went B main on pistol. I'm like, I'm pretty sure Jing just always goes A main. And then I like pull up a Jing VOD and first frame, he's got his nade out A main exactly as I explained.
They would have had a chance here, a fighting
Basically
chance.
every scenario in that playlist with Gridshot then. Tens doesn't legitimately practice with Gridshot, no? I'm pretty sure he uses Gridshot for warm-up.
Able to just throw in slight variations. This one controlling the map into a complete dry peak. That was close. That was a little off-handed shot, almost hitting one in the head there as RGL dodges.
Hard to shoot when the banner comes.
We're talking about satchel from B main to market? Yes.
That's true. So what is this? But
Definitely uses Gridshot for warm-up. Yes, that's what I said. I know he uses it as warm-up. We all know that. I'm saying I don't think he uses it as legitimate practice.
The door opens and Davey fires true through it, as that was just from the teammate too, so they had to be aware of all their
I'm
surroundings.
pretty sure he does have a routine he does off stream, low gravity.
Reminiscent of our first map, but MIBR fighting back a little sooner this time. KRU looks to pull away even more though on these rounds.
Davies with those kills now has a lockdown activated. And not playing any type of lurks or any type of defaults. Just gonna be a full hit now. Another orb being picked up on the attack. Trailblazer spotting Chosen as once again a firing range through the opening doors.
Yeah. Ambitious Vandal spams.
Maybe you don't even need that lockdown anymore. A site now open, plant coming down. Use a lockdown on a pulse plant if needed be. But already once again in these situations where KRU gets a plant.
Yeah.
It's such a huge disadvantage already for MIBR to come
Replay
back from a
Premier.
retake.
Yeah, making a team with
Always two
OD26,
players
Dopai,
behind.
JG, and fake Ananas.
Two players at
We're gonna play East
disadvantage.
Coast servers.
They don't have the players, the utility to
Yeah,
do
that's
what
tough.
they can to try to go for this retake. And on top of that, dropping players, losing weapons.
Yeah. You look at that econ too. 0, 150, 100, 1,050 credits at FRC though.
Big shots though, at least. And yeah, the round's still gonna come in for a crew, but at least you can get a couple of highlight reels if you can for FRZ. Until Davies, the player now currently
Not a
shining on the
smurfing.
second map.
I assure you, our team will be the highest division.
Really good. Love the initiator utility on that KO. Now on the Killjoy, doing some big stuff. And looking at how
It doesn't matter what elo his account is, Ananas. Our team has enough Radiant peaks that we're going to be in the highest division.
almost seems like MIBR is disjointed in the response, right? Crew goes for a push.
You get the same games either way.
MIBR answers with spamming through the door. But you have
So I don't know. I'm open for a genuine debate on this. In my mind, it doesn't matter. If we're Div 20 either way, we get the same games. I don't think you can smurf in Div 20 because Div 20 is the highest division.
Sometimes it's just unlucky too, right? We've seen this
Based
story
off your peak
so
stars of your
far
current
in this
rank.
head-to-head for these two teams
Our
that,
team will
like,
be Div
MIBR
20.
is
I'll say that right now.
Suffering the blunt force of these spam kills coming out from
There's
Crew.
no world we won't be.
Forces your hand in a lot of these situations. It's not like you have a choice.
Yeah.
If we're not Div 20, I will literally grind solo queue because I'd feel bad if we played in below Div 20. Like I'd grind it off stream to gain elo so that we would be Div 20. Because it'd be fucked up to bring that roster into like Div 19 or 18.
For mound or plant inside. Not a lot of mound plants have been used recently, or at least in this game that we've seen. It's all site defense now. They don't want to play this aim for the head game over mound.
Given we made playoffs in Div 20, there's almost no world we don't Div 20 though. Wow, that spam is sick.
Showstopper out for Kesnet. JZZ falls. And now with the Sheriffs remaining in the hands of MIBR.
Whoa.
This little Shiko that they have only works out for one kill against Kesnet.
Nivez, if we placed not Div 20, we genuinely wouldn't play. It wouldn't be fair.
See if they make it out this time.
What can you really do?
No one's shoes are tied together. They get the kills before they have to get out in time.
This team is quite literally 5 Radiant players. Like, if Riot determines that we don't belong in Div 20,
as they continue to punish,
we would not play.
bonus round on this one and then pulling it right back in the
There's not even 5 Radiants. Like, Ananas is 1200 RR.
And that's a lot of what happened in the first round too, right? We saw Klaus getting smoke frag after smoke frag. Davies now getting these offhanded kills through walls that aren't allowing the retake of the site by MIBR. And that everything falling in favor of Crew here, and not just by chance. They are lining these things up.
It almost feels that that's been a practice as well for Crew. Not only the mental that Coach Adam was talking about earlier on with
Imagine
Snakes,
Ananas and
but
Nats on,
also
Nats on the same team. Well, so we considered inviting Nats to play on our team, but Nats has champions coming up. Like, he literally can't play.
You're getting a lot of these kills with sprays, 2 smokes, but with
Play more meta team. Yeah, we're going to be playing more meta this time around.
And they're happy to keep spraying that and try and find the refrag there.
And Crew doesn't
We're
care
goofing off with Jet Daddy on the squad
magazine
because
actually dropping down with the latest patches.
he's not
They're
like
just
a
sprayed and still landing these shots.
player of that caliber.
As if it
But we'll bring some heat.
here in the Phantom and the Vandals and what's left in the reserve of the Bullets. 6-1 now in favor of Crew.
Hello, I gained the courage to record a VOD. I'm donating because I really like to put in the raffle and host a review. However, I simply forgot to spread positivity text. Should I still upload my VOD or will I be banned? You'll get denied.
Less reserves.
Rules are rules. Buddha, thank the Prime.
Ready to spam some people down. We'll see if that has a return on investment for him. Ultimate's ready just from the shadows, but FRZ can identify what the strategy of Crew here is if they want to use a 3.
I'm not the cop. You can slide a buck and he lets you go the other way.
Right, a little different look here. As MIBR starts
Really gonna play? Yeah. I'm the flex player, so some maps call for double duelist, split. Some maps call for double controller, like Lotus. And some maps call for double initiator, like Ascent. And conveniently, I'm perfect for that because I used to main Jet, then I used to main controller, and I main initiator. So on this map, for example, I'd be playing Viper.
position. Crew moving forward where they are right now.
On Ascent, I'll be playing Sova. On Split, I'll be playing Jet.
To break the door and move back towards B, and that's where MIBR is actually moving here.
Right.
Going left and right with the push and pull.
So I'm basically the perfect flex player for the team.
Looks like they're ready to C4 the door.
JG will be on Sentinel, Dopai on Duelist, Fakeananas on Flash Initiator, and OD on Controller.
One corner, Seekers then coming out, giving out actually the defender's position away, and they're chasing down. Two players falling down once again.
Yeah, and on double Duelist maps like Split, Dopai will be the Raze, because he's way better than me at Raze.
And there's really no answer and nothing you could do here on pulse plants but save.
JG switched to Killjoy. JG's always been a Sentinel player and coordinated.
Chosen fires the Odin.
IGLing. It'll be more like a group effort.
Baby door into B and find everything they want in FRZ, Maurice, and
Fakeananas confirmed in. I mean, he said yes on stream. I guess technically not like confirmed in.
Seen by Crew this
I don't see why not.
Avoided almost immediately after hearing the utility. Crew playing the mid round of these maps so well, the decisions they're making.
He's a Sentinel player? Yes, sir.
You can see how well they're being executed.
The best kind of Sentinel player. A confident, cracked one.
RGL.
With that aim, I mean, just look at Les on Loud.
Silver lining to get something.
Yeah, I get Davies. Be like, okay, Davies down. Let's keep doing that. Replicate. The 7-1 comes back to haunt MIBR.
Yeah, he plays Senti for his college team. You guys actually met one of his college team players accidentally. If you were here for the Box stream, Brock on the enemy team is not a Woohoojin viewer. He's actually the IGL for JG's university team.
Around the Seekers, your opponent's not affected by them yet. The Seekers haven't found anything.
When I was sourcing Radiance to play against, I reached out to their team as well to find people. Like people we could trust, not to stream site.
Right? Without reconsidering, Crew has been
Brock for the G.
Yeah.
Brock plays for Moist Moguls, Renz, not for a heckin' university team.
Round number 9.
Yeah.
Lots of ults available for retakes this time around, and actually doing a great job doing some early damage with their own sprays through smokes, forcing out the regrowth.
No, I didn't want players that strong to play against us. Like, I'm not trying to play against high Radiance.
Think how they want to attack this map, pulling back down towards spawn. Davies with the lurk, 1 versus 1, potentially against RGL, unless the cavalry comes. Yeah. An opportunity now with this smoke being left up.
Some college teams are really stacked. Like, I don't know where Giza attends college, but he actually had to try out for his team. It was competitive. And I mean, Giza's consistently top 50.
Here by Nags can give so much information.
When Div 20 put you in high rating elos? Yeah.
And it actually pulls
we qualified for playoffs in Division 20 during the Premier Beta, playing 5 duelists every game.
Because the util of that alarm bot is
30
gone.
seconds left.
And they're looking for Chosen to peek. They see a shoulder.
Collegiate Valorant's highly competitive, Nivez. There's a lot of cracked ass college level players.
Gets hit by it, so forces out the rocket right away. Pain shells on the ground, underhand throw. 15 seconds left on the clock. There's that lockdown. Crew have now to commit, forces a sight. The sprays comes across. GZZ gets the headshot. Looks for the kill, but cannot get it. The spike has been planted, and we're playing outside of the radius of the lockdown.
3v4.
And Crew on a pulse plan. A flash coming through. No one
Yeah, we got cooked by Grim and Poppin. Their team was too strong, unfortunately, for 5 duelists to work.
Kiss it down to 5 HP. Tap on the spike, kissed it. 5 HP. Does not matter. Pain shells then coming back after these 2 kills. Maurice now on a 2 versus 1. Makes it at least that 1v1. The wall bang does not get the hit.
Collegiate Valorant's more competitive than 2-2. It is absolutely not.
Another tap coming through. Nags it.
The guard would shit on any university team.
Comes in for Maurice.
Incredible, but you see the storm that MIBR has to weather to get through these rounds, multiple rounds where Kesnit's getting double nades due to the kills.
Wonder how high team with tier 1 pros would go with 5 duelists in a tournament setting. In Premier, they'd win. Like, if you took like all 5 players of like Loud, they just win.
And the rest of the team able to secure the kills necessary to get MIBR another round. hell of a battle there at A, and MIBR comes in with the
The
double.
University B teams 5-4 with Radiance too. Yeah, there's a lot of strong players in college.
He used that utility from that Viper just to re-pivot towards the
It was the same
staircase.
for like
And Maurice
Rocket
read
League
that.
and
Himself
League of
being a
Legends.
Viper
I don't know if you
player,
know, but
he read
I
that
competed in
perfectly.
Collegiate Rocket League.
On a Red Bull
My
clutch
team was top 8.
to allow this round to come in
And
for MIBR, and it took
we just got lucky. Like I was pretty good at Rocket League, but 2 freshmen came to the school who were both like 1900 MMR, if you know what that means.
To be here. Looks like it's going to be a big retake.
This is like perfect storm.
5v5, lots of utility still to be used here. Oh, FRZ to start us off.
This is good. Paranoid, that's going to hit 2. Doors being open. Mel's trying to hold it back and keeping him away. What? And now the lockdown is just going to push everybody back. Chosen's going to get hit by that, but it still is able to make it out. Elise into safe cover. The clock is being
Yo,
wasted
Dimos
now
123,
on
thank you so much for the
GZZ,
prime.
trying to do whatever he can, fully blinded now.
Whoa,
Doors
what a
swing out,
satchel.
on a post plant. Pain shells being thrown. Post plant
Ah,
is
it's
just
too tough.
good.
Crew is cooking.
And Chosen, the one that was locked
I
down
didn't see the
in
race
team,
bot Patafini. Let me look.
finds freedom, but not to their favor. Crew gets 8.
Here. Looks like it's going to be a big retake. 5v5.
I have no idea. I couldn't tell you.
Going for, and Crew will not fight it straight up from the attack side, but they'll fight it through the door over and over. Smiles all around. They're winning the 1v1s at this point. We're seeing trades from solo players coming through.
Ubot looks weird, that's for
2v1s
sure.
are being won by Crew, and the teamwork on top of that when they need it. We're seeing the 8-2 score line here. Chico around a little bit, actually just one Sheriff.
But you guys feel so smart. You know about this Viper Orb Ed wall.
And they are still trying to take a little bit of space here to put Crew off.
Rare stall occasion. Oh, if he peeks, he's so
Looking for a
sad.
contact from
Really good
Flash
jump spot.
here. Nagzet goes for the jump peek. There's that deep flash, turns away from it, and now the flood comes across.
Oh, he's gonna lose a Vandal.
Could just play the aim labs. Drops 2 kills, loses the weapon, but at least that's a C-site open for the play.
That's actually really good for MIBR.
Maurice gets the weapon. You always wonder.
Currently, Mess guys better than KO. A double controller comps.
I like the plant.
Sky
Move
is
it a bit since
a
they don't
lot
have
stronger
that site
because she
control
has
that
more
Crew able to
ways to collect
get
recon.
themselves.
And double controllers, like,
I mean,
you can info starve an enemy team if they just have KO with double controller by placing
5-player
tons of
push out
smokes
from MIBR.
all
Crew
across their
pivots
lines
to
of
plan
sight.
for a spawn, knowing
Sky
that
can
spawn
gather
is gonna be
information
open,
pretty
so they can
safely
gain
through
that
smokes
space.
with
And they also
dog
have Killjoy
and
pulse
2
line
flashes
utility.
and cabbages.
MIBR, what they could hope
KO
for
really
is
only has
more
knife, which is
econ
not
damage
enough.
from a spike going off, just like they did
Not
a
enough to
couple
gather
rounds
info
back
against double
to keep
controller.
the economy low against Crew.
Good
Works
placement
out
of the Vandal.
for the first kill against Klaus. Chosen then
Great
punished by
fight.
Melzer on that pulse plant.
Gunfly
Kesman
Hygiene was
looking
really
to
clean there.
avenges his teammate
Oh.
and shoots with full confidence as Crew moves up at 9 rounds.
9-3 again? Are we gonna get it? Wow.
Why they're playing Sky instead of Breach? For the exact reason I just explained. Double controller,
But still looking the same starting on a
Breach
top tier
sounds
on
like
Lotus.
suicide. You would not be able to
MIBR
gather enough
bad
info.
pick for map 2 of this best of 3. Elimination is not far away here for MIBR. They want to secure a last round. Get that last ounce of potential in the game to stave off a quick win in second
Sky's
half
the most
by
common
Crew
initiator
if
on
they
double
get
duelist
pistol.
comps.
This is tough. This is where the pressure sets in for MIBR here. They're looking at the end of the season in LCQ and their chances at champions.
Yeah. Inaugural season now for VCT in Americas.
I know some of them.
Hi, Ethan.
I know some of them.
But indeed, backs against the wall, but they're looking to fall flat so far here at MIBR. Unfortunately, Crew looking like a different beast.
Yeah, the audience is
They
vibing.
have been loud for Crew coming into this series for sure in the top. We hear the MIBR fans out there as well, but it's much more timid now as we're not seeing MIBR find answers, get those wins. And
I'd love to go to land. Me too. I've got tickets for the finals of champs in LA. I am so hyped.
The story we're being told right now. That's what
I'll see all of you guys there, and none of you will see me.
The story one of these teams, like I said, needed to write coming into LCQ. You can't be timid. You have to go for the throat, and KRU is doing just that. Odin back now onto Maurice.
Wear a banana hat? No, I'm just gonna show up as me, and you won't know it because you don't know what I look like.
And KRU looking to re-add that pressure back towards the consistent seaside pressure that MIBR has been doing again and again. So if an early
All you guys got to work with is like an old
MIBR
photo of
back
me in college.
as they double up 2 players.
It's not
towards
enough.
The front B site.
You recognize the voice?
Moving there towards in that direction.
Unlikely.
KRU looking for an opportunity here to go for that mid to B split. First, adding that pressure.
You just gonna go around talking to everybody in the audience? If you do, and I figure out it's you, I will ban you from my server forever because you're a piece. I'm actively trying to avoid social relations in public, and if you hunt me out, I swear to God, I'll ban you.
And the showstopper keeps everybody away, and MIBR are also very content to give the spike back in the hands of KRU.
Slow push. Regain that spike. KRU feels... It looks like they're in full control. The movement they do, even when they lose a few, they have a quick answer in what they want to produce. But MIBR, we still see them trying to get their hand in the pie right in the beginning of the round. Maurice took a lot of damage there. And this is going to be up to Chosen for now. They've been able to take down Chosen quite fast each time. And just pinpoint where he is.
Viper's pit out.
Boy. Udon just let me pick his eye boogers.
There's that first one to fall. Pain shells denying that plant down. The KRU picks it right back up. There's only 5 seconds left. Flooding now inside the side. JZZ with 4 kills, looking for the ace. Just around the corner, and he's gonna land it. A similar story from the first map. A 7-1 scoreline for KRU.
You know, you don't realize how much microphones adjust the way people sound.
In favor of KRU as
Like when I get my lav mic, I'll sound totally different than this. And in person, I sound a third unique way.
During the regular season,
The only thing that's pretty predictable in my voice is the way I talk, like speech patterns. But in person, I'm the most shy motherfucker you've ever seen. I would never talk like this in person.
able to produce on this defense. It is scary the way that KRU is showing here. MIBR, however, grabbing that last one. It's one that they need. We're going to throw it to the desk.
We lie to you about who we are in the Discord to get someone banned? What are you talking about? How'd you know you're talking to me?
Thank you very much.
You're probably just talking to a fake me if they told you that they are me.
And Jogamo. So first things first, Com, your haircut's looking great. I know you just got back from Japan recently. So how was that experience for you being in Japan and your team performing as it did?
I mean, being in Japan, all those fans are insane.
Oh my God,
Obviously,
Udon's getting on the
we're coming
desk
into
to
Champions,
watch.
and it's going to be in LA with this great crowd. And I'm hoping it's the same way in LA and everyone comes out and supports us.
What about for you, Com? I know that Potter mentioned the team was really looking forward to that experience of playing in Japan. How is it for you?
For me, I mean, the Japanese crowd is crazy. They love everybody that comes and plays. Like, I didn't have a team there, unfortunately, but like they support.
Imagine your Twitter impersonator attends. I'd be down for a fist fight. Hell no, I get laid the fuck out.
And we love the,
I'm not trying to fight somebody in person.
Now, how has the time
I'll
for
call
you
the
and
cops.
the boys been preparing for Champions? I know we still have a couple of weeks. Were you able to take some time off for a proper break? Are you back into practicing in scrims? How's that been going for
I
you?
spec into Valorant tech. You think I could fight people?
And we're straight back into scrims, obviously trying to get past Fnatic.
That's XP waste, man.
I'm really excited to see what we can show in Champions.
All right, last question, Com. I see you holding something here. Jogamo, it's an MIBR flag, and Com, I know you're wearing one as well.
It's such a waste of time to learn how to fight in this world. You know? It's not a necessary skill. It's like a bonus skill. However, Valorant skill, God, that's such a useful and practical real life skill.
Come on, you guys got this in the bag. Like,
sounds good. Thank you.
You know the number of times I've had to answer Valorant trivia on the street? All the time.
If I ever need a hype man, I found it.
Are you sure? Are you sure? Will we get Jogamo here as our hype man?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
I don't think the players can hear the interview.
Right there for sure. And Jogamo and Com.
I think.
And they're looking for MIBR here to step up in the second half, coming out with a strong attack to now KRU's definitive defense.
What's your thoughts on rock climbing? Would you ever do it?
KRU also is a team that never really had Such a strong
The question
defensive
is
showing throughout the
heckin'
season,
too
and now
parasocial. Let me bring up that
falling down
topic
that first
arbitrarily
map
at the start of a
on
stream one day.
defense and looking to do the same here and close out the series
Don't ask me about it. That's weird.
in a confident fashion. Early paranoia coming out with a 3-player push out from KRU towards A. Meanwhile, though, for MIBR, going straight with the
Ooh,
satchels,
he took
10 to
hella
16
damage there.
HP. That was just going through the toxic screen. As MIBR is looking for that plant in B.
Are they taunting? They're waiting. They want some frags before they do this. They want to feel more comfortable.
Ooh.
Yeah, these are looking really good here on these lurk, on these pushes. The pivot back towards the C site into Davies' utility. There goes the cavalry pushing forward on the attack. It denies at least one of those 3 players of MIBR. Planning now for spawn. Pain shells on the ground denying that plant. And it might be another book it into a different spot.
This is winnable. That Viper is one body.
Big 2v1. One shot on Maurice. Gets it.
They do have
Yeah,
Omen
RGL 's
Flash
gonna
though, which
take
is
a bit more, but this is
huge.
definitely a possibility.
Oh my god,
especially the way
timing.
Klaus has been playing.
Oof. Sees them both. And you mentioned it. RGL now being the shit.
Whoa! That is insane! They high-load backwards. They high-load backwards. The Viper needs to be in front there because she got collated from the headshot. And dude.
Here it is again. The high-low isn't even good enough. And Kesnet with the vamos. Oh my god, what a round. KRU is
That's tough.
explosive. And Klaus, the fuse is just so short for the entire series right now.
Santa Claus coming bearing gifts with these shots.
Wait, that smoke is kind of like you're a bit too high, no?
The pressure and the shots dropping Maurice early here.
High low, we both said. Yeah, I mean, that's what I was calling out. I was pointing out that it's one body shot to kill the Viper. If Viper was in front, they win. But they didn't identify that in the heat of the moment. And you cannot blame them for that.
You see this round start off. MIBR is going to get their own share of shots.
Well, it's still Klaus, though.
Honestly, really good damage. Oh.
Christmas in July.
Oh.
You can say that again. LCQ Klaus is
That
a
timing.
different breed
I don't
here.
think he turns around in time. Yeah, that's tough.
To finalize the last one, just 2 away from moving on here.
Jim Pants 1308, thank you for the 2-month prime.
Out of that tournament, out of the tournament, it's incredible pressure coming into this series today here, and KRU has not let that pressure affect them.
Now time to play the bonus.
Are you guys earbuds people or headphones people?
MIBR, silver lining once again, full rifles out. JZZ actually has 3 all points or orbs needed now to get the showstopper. So an opportunity to work the map slowly and try to cap on these orb pickups.
Yeah, I've been using IEMs. I was using headphones for a while, but like, I literally have a heckin' skull ridge, dude. And it like messes with my hair.
Slow play here as KRU. Look at this 3 squad moving from B to the backside. The defense here is MIBR. Safely move into the site of C to get this plant down. Oof.
Smoke dissipates and Kesnet punishes JZZ.
What IEMs you got? I'm not gonna say. I don't want people hacking buying a product just because a banana has it.
Well, Chosen has a few mollies that could get set up for this, but
they got Seekers too.
Yeah, they play in sight to keep it protected.
Seekers close range stinger. Klaus is running right behind it. Flash out from the dark cover. And he's looking. Nice paranoia coming out too, just to slow down that push. The KRU have finally made it in. RGL Meister playing on an off angle. Capitalizes on 1 kill, but cannot do more than that. Davies
I
trades it
mean,
right off.
when KRU's winning the eco retake, maybe not winning, but oh wow, they are. Wow, it's just over.
You can almost see the trades that MIBR is trying, but for fear of losing themselves. themselves where they anchor a trade. They're not happening as
Here's
fast
the
as
Brendan.
Crew. Look at Crew, all surrounding each other there. Well, they have more members, but in just the trades, the positioning they are, and MIBR is still working around, figuring what angle they're going to be pushed from, not having the answer. Crew is creating such chaos, and they're thriving at it
Dude,
here.
Crew is looking dangerous.
From locking in another LCQ
So this is either a case of MIBR is just really weak right now, or Crew is like Giga. They're Giga smurfing their way to champs.
We had the inaugural season here.
Or
For
both.
the VCTs in Americas, and they're definitely looking like a Crew to be afraid of in this gauntlet run.
This is what Adam was talking about. This is a team that has seen international stages throughout their career. They know what it means to go deep into a tournament. Seeing Crew get so rough.
Crew has a hell of a road ahead of them though, because this is like the 0th match of the tournament. I don't know if he's looked at the bracket. I'll show you after this game.
Game point here, series point.
Yo, Ace Echo, thank you so much for the 2 month prime, dude. Appreciate you.
In a matchup that was presented by the analyst desk, the Kesnet versus JZZ, both of them with showstoppers now. JZZ the one to initiate first to clear out the site. Off angle being played here for Nagzit.
Your 312 comeback in the underpill yesterday. Yo, really? That's really hype. That's actually really hype.
And hopefully cancel out the first execution.
Little delay.
It's a door being opened.
Dude, they are so fast to rotate. I like this from MIBR.
JZZ clears it out.
Ooh, you see that? JZZ slips up a bit on the jump up, while Kesnet, clean movement. Oh, what? Both raises just get laid the hell out.
The remaining players of Crew.
3v4 here, low HP on Crew. Healed up now.
Oh, that's probably going to be the call now for Crew to just save.
Seems it.
Heroic plays by FRZ once again, but gets denied as he's hunting for kills, trying to hurt the economy of Crew.
Ooh.
Clean shot.
Yeah.
Great round from MIBR. Great round.
For MIBR. There's so much they actually have to do in an uphill battle of economy, taking down Crew, figuring out what kind of plays Crew is defending.
That was
with.
crazy, dude. That
This
round.
time, MIBR took it into their own hands, rushing down through that mid with the ultimate, and being able to make it count. FRZ with some very big frags on that one.
Oh yeah.
13 and 5 for him, and still trying to put up the frags, being pressured. Man, Klaus, just so good right now.
This one right after too.
Stone cold.
Oh, it's midterm time. Wait, where in the world is it midterm time?
There. Saying how important they were going to be, but great shots coming out here from both teams.
Isn't this summer break
Showstopper to get
in
much value
NA?
in that round number 16. 17 now underway.
Summer classes? Oh,
Two away
shit.
from a lockdown. And MIBR are just holding their spawns, waiting for Crew, waiting Crew's utility out actually early in this round.
Already, a situation like this, Crew knows it's BC, right? You can't really rush fast towards A if you still have to get by rubble. Great positioning by Melzer, now forces MIBR
Understoodable,
to
Brodsky.
figure out what's going on around the map.
Australia?
Looks like they may try to
Nah,
source that information as this one-way clears.
Oh, true. It actually is like heckin' winter in Australia, though. Isn't that weird to think about? Do they get snow in Australia?
Melzer. Trailblazer also trying to clear him out. Paranoia hits him, gets away. But there's still the swing out from Kesnet. Cannot catch one off guard. MIBR still finally, they gain control of A rubble.
I actually know nothing about Australia.
Here, as soon as a toxic screen from the defensive side of Crew falls
Cold here? How cold are we talking, though? Like, for example, I have a friend from Florida who'll say it's cold when it's 50 degrees Fahrenheit, which is not cold. Only at ski resorts? Okay, then it's not cold there.
Nice shot by JZZ. Keeping a spike here on RGL just in case he needs to TP away for a last second plant. Davies trying to hold back the site, but he gets pushed away by a snake bite.
It teach me everything I need to know. Okay, I need to know a consistent way to throw my Phoenix Molly lineup on Fracture without it being pixel perfect.
Get that site. Solid defense too. I don't think Crew's gonna want too much of this.
What they have now
Like 4 degrees in the morning, so what, Celsius?
Oh, they are pushing.
He is pushing forward.
Isn't that not
A couple
bad?
of players back in the B site here, as MIBR is looking for the exit out towards the baby door.
It's 40 degrees Fahrenheit, dude. That is literally not cold. One sec. Let me tell you. One sec.
Has been giving over to KRU this whole map. And that's a good way to bring the confidence back here.
It's the coldest I had in my hometown on the East Coast was negative 34 degrees Celsius in the morning. Okay.
Against the wall in a series point here.
That's cold.
A season ender, and they
You can't even get
continue to
snow
pursue
at the temperature you just said it is sometimes where you are. That's not cold. I'm not gonna lie.
saying that, you know, they
Like, I'm not even
had
gatekeeping cold here. I think,
so much just to
officially speaking, cold would be 0 degrees
still
Celsius
know that they can
and
forcefully
lower.
take through Baby Door into B as a team. That's, I think, what we were seeing from MIBR. Be a little hesitant, not covering each other, a little too distant on those takes of each other. and
Isn't
not
that
being
like
able to
death?
anchor. As well
Yeah,
as
when
we
it gets
talked
that cold and you
before,
walk outside for like 10 minutes, your boogers freeze.
for the strategies they
It
were
feels
trying
hecking
to
terrible.
handle KRU with. Someone dying while a push was happening, etc., etc. Somebody not in position yet.
All right, people who don't want to hear me talk about boogers, mute stream for
Number one here.
until the timeout's over. You have 2 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Okay, when your boogers are frozen though, dude, when you get inside and you like fish them out with a heckin' tissue, oh my god, it's like orgasmic. Holy shit.
It seems to be the norm
Oh
right
my
now
god, because
in
they're
these
like,
type of compositions too.
sometimes it'll pull some of the hair out, dude.
Your
Oh.
opponent into a great position,
Okay, back to the game,
continue
back to
these
the game,
one
back to the
ways,
game.
and try to pivot back to where the default may be happening from the attack. They may so far has done a pretty decent job here. Rotating back and forth, and then re-hitting back into a weaker
Take that
A
breath
after
in,
the
it's all
rubble
clear.
too.
Hell yeah.
Seems like it might be the same thing once again now for KRU. This time with lower weaponry.
How's pulling some of the hair out satisfying? Oh, it hurts, but it's like, it's the type of pain that when it goes away, it's like, oh,
Or a hero rifle, sorry, from what we say previously.
you know?
And JZZ going behind Snake Bites between Snake Bites, burning down to 16 HP.
Itching a scab? Yeah. You see, there's a masochist confirmed. I think all good content creators are masochists. Changed my mind.
To see if they can get a heal back in.
Yeah.
There we go.
We sweat it for a bit. But thankfully, the regrowth then comes out for FRZ, popping everybody back up, and also getting a player advantage for MIBR.
Don't you literally have to like
Do they get the ult here?
push yourself into uncomfortable situations?
I think that
Like, name me one content creator who doesn't do that.
currently it's on the mind of MIBR too. They do not want to give up any of these ults.
For example, like a 48-hour stream. Like, that's just not enjoyable.
Stretch towards B.
It's not enjoyable.
Sorry, MIBR is everywhere here. Confidence in their solo play. It's proven me wrong that they are timid.
Brad literally plays one of the hecking hardest fan games on the planet
By KRU, though.
on stream.
Gamble stacking now to rotate towards the C side. They read it perfectly because that's exactly where MIBR is currently setting foot. Setting up camp, setting up shot, putting the spike down. Shot missed though by Kesnet.
Okay.
Doing a little bit of damage here.
Like, let me rephrase. You don't have to be a literal masochist. You've got to be willing to subject yourself to an experience that would normally be unpleasurable without a live audience. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would not stay awake for 24 hours and just play Valorant like, nonstop if it weren't for there being a live audience that I was entertaining.
A lot of their movement before seemed like retaking the map was too much trouble.
Yeah.
They would always lose one, get whittled down before they actually had positioning to take a site. And here they're making it forward much healthier, much more aware of what KRU is doing.
The Ludwig glass box stream. Yeah, exactly. Like, he's subjecting himself to a bad time, so everyone else has like a good time and he raises money for charity. And in turn, it's actually a good time for Ludwig, right? But if you did that in isolation without the audience and without the charity, that's not fun. That just sucks.
As orb control comes in for MIBR, JZZ has a show.
Mr. Beast buries himself alive.
You can say, I think KRU are expecting a showstopper into sight here.
There's that showstopper.
Tom Scott puts himself in a heckin' anechoic chamber.
Nano Swarm does some chipping damage.
Great
There's that
pressure.
pit. In a great area as well. Because if a lockdown goes in at a default spot in the waterfall, it's going to be easy.
Bro,
for
what the
Marines to
fuck
push
are you
forward
linking in chat,
to
Nivaz?
deny that lockdown from coming down. So first, it's going to be the Seekers for KRU. Pain Shells to shove some players back. And we know that they're deep.
You advertising somebody's second YouTube channel like this. Timeout.
As RGL does get the flick out onto Nagset. Marie's inside of his own pit, waiting out the outline.
Veritasium.
Comes in. A first one into Melzer, and the pulse plant.
Okay. I have a counterpoint for you. Would you genuinely tune in to a long-form stream of Veritasium playing Valorant?
And now he's going to save his weapon.
My God.
You might tune in for an hour or two out of curiosity, but I stipulate you would not stick around longer than that. And therefore, I consider him not a content creator in the sense that I'm speaking.
All it takes is one.
He's like an
round
educator.
Here, but MIBR is
You'd watch
not
Ludwig do
allowing that.
just about
Forceful
anything.
into the sites, gaining control, being able to garrison the site, and their post plants much like the regular season. Basically second in post plants and being able to control teams after they get that spike down. We didn't see that.
Veritasium gets views because he's a fabulous teacher. That's like a professor having a high rating on Rate My Professor.
Here, they're getting to the site, they're getting to that strong point of their composition in the post plant, and it is putting a lot of pain towards KRU here on the defending side.
You watch him teach me stuff long form? Yeah, but that's like the only thing you'd watch him do.
See, once again,
pain also in the pockets for KRU.
Yeah, I guess we'll rephrase. We'll say specifically entertainers are masochists. And we will not consider educational content to be conventionally entertaining.
A little bit of overcommitment here. Thankfully, the Satchels allows GZZ to fall back here and get all that information.
Educational content's engaging, which is entertaining in like a type 2 type way.
Waste that clock down on that spike. Off angle being played.
Learning isn't allowed to be fun. No. It's
out on a defense, double flash through, but
there are absolutely entertaining educators.
even a flank coming through towards the back end. And MIBR closed
I think there's
that gap now
captivating
against KRU.
education and entertaining education. I don't think they're mutually exclusive, but I think they can exist without the other as well. So, like Veritasium is captivating education. Wuhujin streams are entertaining education.
so many vandalers for the amount of smoke kills we're seeing coming through. We love to still see the preference stay true there. FRZ with Seekers. Big find on this. Kesnet one away from ultimate.
Yeah, Kurskaza is captivating.
And A is the play. Everybody tries to gain this rebel control.
And it's this round that you have the double satchel and TP across.
Bro, we have a game? I'm not going to watch. I have to keep like talking about other things because MIBR's doing it. And at this point, I'm convinced it's because I'm not paying attention.
Stevie's is looking for the jiggle. There's that first swing out. Maurice falls. And the Seekers are trying to gain that information, pushing players back. That was out from MIBR. As they push him far enough, we break the door. JZZ now moves into B.
No, I think the litmus test for like entertainer versus like niche is whether or not you've watched them like doing something completely unrelated to what they normally do.
Gonna try to pile through into A possibly.
Yeah, they're gonna use this lockdown. And meanwhile, Davies is still holding towards the spawn, thinking that there's gonna be a JZZ push, a late lurk. And they know this. All right. So they're re-clearing towards B. Meanwhile, we're playing.
You want another
cautiously
movement
for
duelist?
MIBR, making sure that there's nobody pushing, doing any
Peace.
shenanigans before getting detained.
Oh, we didn't plan.
Actually gets denied.
No, and now he's got a tank Molly.
And even a Slingshot on the ground. Embers into
What? He has plot armor.
another one to come down the ropes. Nagset now evens it up on a 2 versus 2. Tournament on the line now for MIBR. Their lives on the line.
FRZ makes like a gargantuan mistake and then just gets a one tap and it's fine.
Tapping on the spike. RGL peeking out first.
Wow.
Nags to come out with their heroic play. Trying to get it a half. Now off it. That's happening. Low HP is going to be JZZ. Spike not yet at half.
See it's red. He can see it's red.
But it does get it. The classic to JZZ.
I started watching, Chad. It's my fault. It's my fault. I started watching. Holy shit. Oh my God.
Solidifying a further path through LCQ. And
What a clutch.
fashion, a little slippery towards the end.
Holy cow.
But they came with answers, and they came to play today. The Red Bull Clutch
Crew
from
believers are
Dax
pogging. Oh, I forgot. I restarted the bot. Payout prediction.
Classic nags there.
There we go.
Classic nags.
It can be anybody.
Dang, dude. Dang, dude. All right. Every time I raid Sean Garrett after watch party, he's always ending, so I feel bad. So let's not do that. Boo, boo. Tiffy. Peace out, gamers. I'll see you tomorrow for variety in the mornings, and then we got 2 watch parties coming at ya. Thank you for the subs. Thank you for the viewership. Thank you for chatting. Had a good time. Peace out, everybody. Have a nice Saturday. Enjoy your evening.